Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to Dover in the Cup Series, and I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who has hit the subscribe button here in the past. We hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday on the channel. I'm very thankful for that, and thank you for your continued support. And as we came into qualifying here today in Dover, we're coming out of turn 4. It was a pretty decent lap as we came through crossing the line. It was going to be a 22.818, and that will put us P9 on the grid here for Dover with our teammate Chase Elliott on the pole. So hopefully we can move forwards and have a shot at victory today.
Today, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series rolls into Dover, Delaware for the running of the AAA 400 Drive for Autism. Dover International Speedway, also known as the Monster Mile, is a track with banking so high, drivers often call it a roller coaster ride. In 2017, Jimmy Johnson rode this roller coaster to his 11th checkered flag, extending his own track record for wins. He is clearly not intimidated by Miles the Monster. Can the number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet do it again? Let's go trackside for the start of the race.
Alright, we're ready to go green here for the AAA 400 Drive for Autism at Dover. Jamie McMurray posted some good laps in practice, so he might be pretty fast today. Corey LaJoie apparently has been dominant all weekend, so you might see him run top 20 today. As there you see the pole winner of Chase Elliott in the number 9 car as we get ready to go green here from behind Clint Boyer here in P9 as we are ready to go green. Elliott and Kurt Busch on the front row now as the green flag is down. We are underway here in Dover as this is not a terribly long race, one of the more shorter races here on the schedule as we head down into turns 1 and turns 2 on the inside of the 32 of Corey LaJoie there. Great qualifying effort from Corey to get P10 there as we exit turn 2. Elliott clear already for the lead. Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin side by side for that second position as we go into turn 3 and turn 4 now on the inside of the 40 car of Jamie McMurray as well. We look to the inside of former teammate Kyle Busch as we head down the front straightaway to complete this first lap here of this race here in Dover. As we look to the inside just about Clint Boyer getting into the back of him by accident now as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway up in P7 at the moment as we battle alongside Kyle Busch there as we also try to stick our nose up the inside of Kyle Larson as we just briefly get into the back again of the 14 of Clint Boyer there as we come through turns 3 and turns 4 side by side with the 42 car of Larson there sitting at P7, like I said, trying to take 6 and move into a potential top 5 position as we look to the inside of Larson's teammate of Kurt Busch there as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway side by side with the Monster Energy driver. We would get past him and get past Clint Boyer and now would move up to the top as we came to lap 4 now, trying to make moves up here on the outside of Jones and Hamlin. Elliott, you can see driving away at this point now as I was just jumping up top seeing if we could find some speed, and we certainly were because as we went down into turns 1 and turn 2, clearing Eric Jones and now driving alongside Denny Hamlin, we would exit turn 2 and we would clear Denny Hamlin down the back straightaway, and we would now come to just another 10 or so laps later on lap 15. You see Elliott about 7 or 8 or so car lengths ahead of me, certainly struggling to get to him, but we were reeling him in little bit by little there as we were just driving away from third place on back there as we went down into turns 3 and turns 4. So Elliott and myself right now seem to be the fastest cars on the track, at least in this first stage there, and as we came through on lap 18 now, still closing in on the back of Chase Elliott as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, just reeling him in bit by bit as we would end up getting a caution though, and this would really close us up to the back of the 9, actually now beside him as we get ready to restart here late in stage 1. Certainly showing speed early on here in Dover. We've gotten a couple wins at this track in the past, including last season when Kurt Busch blew an engine on the final laps and we came through to win the race there as we cross the line. 9 laps remain here in stage 1 as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. The outside lane usually a disadvantage, but we made it work earlier on the outside of Jones and Hamlin. Elliott clear right away as we head down the back straightaway side by side with the 11 car of Denny Hamlin as we go into turns 3 and turns 4, still side by side with the 11, trying to use the momentum on the outside to carry the speed as we exit turn 4 down the front straightaway. The advantage to myself over Hamlin as we battle side by side still into turns 1, so he hangs on my left rear for the moment, but it looks like we might be able to clear him as we exit turn 2, already getting clear of Hamlin, and we would be able to set our sights on Chase Elliott, but we would stick with Elliott now as we came to just 2 to go in the stage. Once again, we had driven away from the cars from behind, so it was just myself and Chase Elliott at this point as we went down into turns 3 and turns 4, now approaching the final lap in this first stage. Elliott about a car length ahead of me as we exit turn 4, getting even closer as we come through to cross the line. The white flag is in the air for stage 1. Myself and Elliott have battled for the lead many times in the past, and it looks like we're doing it again now as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway now for the final time in stage 1. Elliott has the advantage as we go down into turn 3. He has the bottom and I tried the top as we come through the center of the corner, and it's not going to work as we exit turn 4. Elliott with the advantage. He is going to win stage 1, and we come through to get the second position in the first stage, which is certainly a good result. I was very happy with that, so hopefully we can carry this momentum into stage 2, maybe have a chance to win. We would come to pit road, take 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires. Our teammate Jimmy Johnson as well in the top 10, just Alex Bowman is missing there, as we would come out though in P2 alongside the 9 of Elliott, so we don't lose any positions, setting us up well for a restart here in stage 2.
Be ready here.
And we're ready to go green now as the second stage is underway here in Dover, side by side with the 9 of Elliott. This time we get a little bit better of a restart than Elliott now, as we have Boyer behind as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. 27 laps here in this second stage. There you see the momentum on the inside lane though on the restart. Elliott blows on past me as we head down the back straightaway side by side with the 11 of Hamlin. We've made the outside work on the last restart, and we're going to try it again as we head down into turns 3 and turns 4 on the outside of the FedEx Toyota of Denny Hamlin there as we come through out of turn 4, clearing Hamlin already as we cross the line, heading down into turns 1 and turns 2 behind Chase Elliott there in the 9, who's clearly at this first part of the race is dominant, and it's going to be hard to beat Elliott now as we head down the back straightaway going down into turns 3. Hamlin already losing ground. Me and Elliott certainly, like I said, looking like the class of the field. This time it looks like we might have a little more speed though than Elliott, as we're all over his back bumper as we cross the line with 25 to go in the second stage. And we get into the back of him a little bit through the center of the corner. Not what I meant to do, but it happened there as we come out of turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, just certainly showing a lot of speed at the beginning of stage 2 as we head down now into turn 3 behind the 9 of Elliott as we come through turn 3 and turns 4. We're going to get onto the apron, and sideways we go there. We make a save, but we lose a ton of momentum. Not what we needed to have happen as we go down into turns 1 now, messing up the entrance, allowing the 20 of Eric Jones to get to my inside there as we come out of turn 2, certainly making mistakes now early in the second stage as we head down the back straightaway. Jones, he would be able to come through to get past me, and Kyle Busch would stick his nose up my inside and he would get past me as well. And as we came to lap 12, running right behind Jones and Kyle Busch, we would end up getting a caution as I was just stuck behind Jones and Busch after they passed me. I could not get past them, but this would set us up now for a restart here in stage 2 as the green flag is back out, and we are underway halfway about through the stage. Jones, Elliott on the front row. We know we have speed capable of potentially winning this stage if we play our cards right as we go through turns 1 and turns 2, trying to push Jones out front. But Elliott, he's going to have the advantage as we head down the back straightaway side by side with the 18 of Kyle Busch. Now as we head towards turn 3 behind us, we have Corey LaJoie in the 5th position as we come through turn 3. So LaJoie having a brilliant run here as we exit turn 4, clear of LaJoie thankfully as we head down the front straightaway, now getting into the back of the 18 of Kyle Busch as we went down towards turns 1 and turns 2. And as we come through turns 2, it looks like behind that someone may have blown an engine and stayed out, because you see much of the field split up there as Kyle Busch, he would get clear of me as we went down into turns 3 and turns 4. So now we sit P3 as we exit the corner. We would end up looking to the outside of Kyle Busch, trying to make a move work there as we came into turn 4, but unfortunately it wasn't working out there as we try to side draft him heading down into turns 1. I briefly touched the wall, and that would allow Eric Jones to come through and take third back from me. So we would drop to P4 for the moment, but we started catching lap traffic due to that car that blew an engine staying out there. As we came to lap 22, you see the lap cars up ahead, and obviously that's an opportunity for myself. So we were running them down pretty quickly as we came through turns 3 and turns 4. Myself and Kyle Busch, we would jump up to the top and make something happen as we were coming to just 2 to go on the stage. Myself and Kyle Busch passing Elliott and Jones there, and we would take over P1 and P2, now sitting behind the 18 car of Kyle Busch as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway. A lap and a half remain here in stage 2 on the back bumper of the 18 of Busch. Now Haley Deegan on my inside, allowing Busch to get the advantage over me now as I'm stuck up top as we come through the center of the corner. Now exiting turn 4, clear of Deegan as we come through to cross the line. The white flag in stage 2 is now in the air. Elliott completely blowing a stage victory as Busch looks to the outside of Kligerman. Surprisingly, the AI actually moving up the track to get get past these lap cars as we head down the back straightaway for the final time behind Kyle Busch, trying to pick up a stage victory as we go down into turn 3, trying to move up even higher than Busch is, but it's not going to work there as we come through turn 3 and out of turn 4. Kyle Busch is going to come through to win stage 2 as we come through as well to get P2 again here in the second stage. Jimmy Johnson third, Elliott fourth, so Hendrick 2, 3, 4 in stage 2, and then we got Bowman outside again of the top 10 unfortunately, but we would come to pit road, take 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires. We would lose 1 position and drop down to P3 after repairing the car. We had little minor damage on the right side, but we're ready to start this third and final stage now as the green flag is out and we are underway for stage 3 in Dover. Johnson with a great run so far today as we head down towards turns 1 and turns 2 behind the 18 of Kyle Busch. Now in the M&M's Toyota number 18 car behind us, we got Jones and Elliott there battling for 5th and 6th as we go down the back straightaway, falling to P3 as Johnson. He would get clear of me as we went down into turns 3 and turns 4. Elliott continues to battle alongside Eric Jones as we come through the center of the corner, exiting the corner now all over the back of Johnson as we just about make a move, but I thought better of it there, knowing his position in the points. I figured maybe we can give him another lap or so to see what kind of speed he has before I make a move, but we come into turn 2. It's pretty evident that we're much faster than the 48 car of our teammate Jimmy Johnson, so I knew right away we need to make a move, and as we come through turn 3, we decide to make the move there as he moves up the track now as we exit turn 4 side by side down the front straightaway, crossing the line. We are going to have a chance to clear the 48 as we go into turns 1, and as we come through the center of the corner, we do clear the 48 of Jimmy Johnson as we exit turn 2, and as we came to lap 75 now, a chance to look to the inside of Kyle Busch to take the lead as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Side by side with Kyle Busch for the lead here in the final stage in Dover now as we exit turn 2, getting sideways as we exit the corner, but we hang on to the car as we go down into turn 3 and turns 4, still side by side with the 18 of Kyle Busch. Jones has joined the party as well as we exit turn 4, not quite able to clear the 18 of Kyle Busch as we cross the line. 24 laps at this point remain here in Dover, but as we go into turns 1 and turns 2, we have the advantage now over Busch. As we exit turn 2, the momentum is in our favor and we clear Kyle Busch for the lead, and we would drive away from Busch as he would drift down to P4, but Jones and Johnson, they briefly got past the 18 of Kyle Busch and they would stick with me as we came to 20 to go, approaching now lap traffic in this event as we were slowly reeling them in there as we exit turn 2, and as we came to lap 86 we had ran them down and now been looking to the outside of them as we came down the front straightaway. This would obviously help me get past all these cars quickly and I would be able to pull away from the guys behind me, but Kyle Busch, he would actually jump back up to the top lane like he did earlier, and he would be able to stick with me actually as he would start passing these lap cars pretty quickly. So he would overtake Jones and Johnson and move up to P2 as we cleared Haley Deacon there as we came out of turn 4, and Kyle Busch would run me down as we caught this next group of cars that kind of got stuck behind them, trying to make some moves, and Kyle Busch got right up to my back bumper as we were looking to the outside of Joey Gase as we came to lap 90, approaching just 10 to go as we exited turn 4 though, clearing Gase just about there as we crossed the line, and Busch would follow through as he got stuck for a moment, but he would get clear of Gase as well, and he would stick with me as we came to lap 92 now, going into turns 3 and turns 4. Busch just behind as a caution would come out, and this would set up for a late race restart here in Dover. It would be 5 to go when we would go green here in Dover, leading this race alongside the 18 of Kyle Busch as the green flag is out. 5 laps remain as we cross the line. Harvick, Jones behind us on that second row as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. 5 laps, like I said, remain. We have to get clear of Kyle Busch now as we know he has better tires than me right now as we exit turn 2. He has the momentum as we go down the back straightaway, giving him a bit of a side drive because if he clears me, it's over. Now as we push a little bit wide going through turn 3, Harvick has a chance to make it 3 wide, but we shut the door on him as we exit turn 4 side by side, still with the 18 of Kyle Busch as we cross the line. 4 laps remain at this point here in Dover as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Kyle Busch hanging on tight on this outside lane as we exit turn 2 down the back straightaway, still side by side as Harvick and Jones battle for P3 behind me as we go down in turn 3, still side by side with the 18 of Kyle Busch. We can't quite get clear of him and he can't get clear of me as we would cross the line, hit 3 to go, and we would continue side by side now as we went into turn 3 and turns 4, now exiting, going down the straightaway to hit 2 to go as we come through down into turns 1, not able to get clear still of the 18 of Kyle Busch as Harvick continues to sit right behind us as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, approaching the final lap. still side by side for the lead. As we go into turn 3, side by side with the 18 of Busch, we push wide, and Harvick's going to stick his nose up the inside, 3 wide as we exit turn 4, contact with the 18 of Kyle Busch, he's sideways, and he makes a great save as we cross the line to start the final lap here in Dover now. As we get into the back of Harvick, who is clear for the lead, he gets sideways and makes a big save now as he is gone as we exit turn 2, still side by side with contact with the 18 of Kyle Busch now. As we head down into turn 3 for the final time, we touch the apron and push wide, and now we make contact with the 18 and overcorrect, and sideways we go, and we get into the wall, and that's going to do it as Harvick comes through to win the race, and we come through to finish in the 10th position here in Dover. An amazing final 5 laps here in Dover with an incredible finish as well there, as we don't usually get a finish like that often in NASCAR Heat 3, but that was certainly a lot of fun to be a part of. We had a chance to win, and we went in deep into turn 3, got into Kyle Busch, overcorrected, hit him again, sideways we went, got into the wall. Very unfortunate that we finished 10th after running so good, as we were just an amazing finish it was. Kevin Harvick with win number 1 on the season, but we were 3 wide out of turn 4 coming to the white flag for the lead. It was truly incredible to even be a part of that. We were so close to having a chance to win that race, but unfortunately we didn't have it. Kyle Busch not happy. I did decide to provoke him, but as always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very, very appreciated. Make sure to hit that like button if you really enjoyed that finish as well. That was incredible. But yeah, in the next episode, we go to Dover for Xfinity, and then we will be going to Kansas for the Cup Series. You guys know my track record at Kansas is not very good. Last time we were there, though, we got our first ever top 10 at Kansas, so hopefully we can do that again, get another top 10, or it might go terribly wrong. We might crash a couple times, as Kansas is just such a tough track for me in this game. So hopefully we can do good. We still lead the points, and Cody Ware, he's still in the playoffs as it stands. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Johnson there in 16th, the last car in. Suarez out by 15, McMurray out by 12. So that'll do it for this one. Thank you for watching, everybody, and like I said, I will see you guys in the next episode. So have yourselves a great day, everybody.